go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, yo. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Welcome back. Since the addition of Olli Jokinen to the Calgary Flames lineup, their offense has been better than usual. However, the defense has not, and as a result, Calgary's lead over the Vancouver Canucks in the Northwest Division has shrunk. Tonight, the Flames opened a very important three-game homestand. First up, the Dallas Stars. Marty Turco between the pipes for Big D. He stopped 60 of 62 shots in his 2 wins versus Calgary this year, and he picks up right where he left off, robbing Warren Peters of a sure goal. Peters thinks it's in. He's in celebration mode. However, the replay shows the puck never crosses the line, so it would remain scoreless. But in the second period, Big D would open the scoring. Stepan Robidas loses possession of the puck. Brendan Morrison takes advantage and beats Mika Kiprasov with a backhander. 1-0 Stars. The slumping Flames, they do punch back, and Mike Kinnon's going to love it. It's the old-fashioned way to Dustin Boyd, Damon Lankow to Jamie Lundmark finishes up the sweet setup. Lundmark's 5th, and we're all square at 1-1 after 2 third-period. Flames' Eric Nystrom is going to man up. Dustin Boyd keeps the play on side. Nystrom swoops in and snaps it past Turco. But was it legit? By that much it is. A nice call by the officials, and that was also tonight's game winner. Calgary collects 2 huge points after a 2-1 win. All right, everyone, we're here at the X, more specifically the Canadian Fan Fest Hockey Fair Fun Zone. The Fun Zone means one thing. Let's go have some fun.
First up, the Dangle Zone All-Star Challenge, where I managed to stumble upon an all-star in the making.
And you say you're really good at this.
Well, my lowest score is 15 seconds.
Do you play hockey?
Yes.
Man, I just want to wish you luck before we play, okay?
Yeah.
I wish you luck.
Good luck.
She's good.
Next up, the Deflection Zone, where I ran into a hot goalie.
I was just robbed by the goalie like 10 times. You saw that, though. What was that? How many did you get? How many did I get? Good game, Josh. Good game. It's 0 for 2.
To the shooting accuracy, where I didn't fare any better.
There you go.
Oh for 3.
The final challenge, precision passing.
Who's really good at this game between you two? Let's play, buddy. Good luck. It's going to be tough. Here we go. Obviously, I've got a deft touch with passing. Close, buddy. Nice try, man. You know what? It's the first time I've won today. Thanks, man.
Yeah, sure, the kid's only 9, but after a day like today, I'll take the W. Tim Butcher, Global Sports, Saskatoon.
Here at Canad Inn Stadium under sunny skies with a brisk wind, the St. Leonard Cougars held their final walkthrough before tomorrow's big championship game, where the Hilltops once again stand in their way. However, unlike years past, this year head coach Tony Yataluka feels he finally has the team that can get over the hump and capture their first championship, primarily because he spent the last 3 years building his team in the same mold as the Blue and Gold.
If ever we have to win a national championship, that's a team we want to win it against. In 2000, when we went to their field, they gave us such a lesson of football. And since that day, we've been trying to copy on their websites what they do when they start training, when they start weightlifting. They're the model and they're the New York Yankees of junior football.
As far as us looking to become like them as an organization, I don't think it's a bad path to follow, and certainly I'd like to think that we're getting close to the same level as them, if not on par.
It's always nice to hear those things, but the reality is, we're here for one purpose, and they're here for one purpose, and that's to win a football game. So, I got the same respect for their program. They've been in these games a lot as well. So, they're hungry. They're very hungry, and certainly my job as coach to make sure that my players are hungry and just as hungry, as motivated as they are.
Meanwhile, both teams are healthy and will have all of their weapons at their disposal for the championship game. For the Hilltops, that includes All-Canadian standout wide receiver Andrew Busby, who will remarkably suit up for the Hilltops after undergoing surgery following a car accident that was thought to end his season. His presence on the field is a dynamic the Cougars are well aware of.
You're happy to hear that he's doing all right and everything. The fact that he's back so soon it's incredible, but it's good for them. He's a big leader. From the guys I've talked to, he's like an emotional leader for that team. He's going to add an aspect, and we're just going to have to make sure we're checking where he is on the field at all times, because he's a dangerous guy for sure.
He's just waiting for this opportunity. His fourth year, this is his first Canadian Bowl, so I'm just real proud of how much he's had to suck it up and get himself ready to play in this football game from what took place about 6 weeks ago. So shows his character, his motivation to get on this stage, and like I said, we're going to give him the football, and my sense is Andrew's going to be Andrew, and we call it Busby ball, and so you look for him to have a great day tomorrow.
Cougars coach Yadaluka feels his defensive front seven is the best unit he's ever had, and there's plenty of evidence to substantiate that. The most rushing yards this team has given up in one game all season was a measly 76 to the defending Canadian Bowl champs in their Intergold game 2 weeks ago. It's a stern test for the PFC's rushing champ.
They have a good front seven for sure. The stats show, right? The stats do show. But our offense is not based on running, right? That's the thing about our offense, where we can do pass and run, and like we've been doing all year. That's what got us here, right? So they can key on the run all they want. What about our passing? So we can come both ways.
With junior football's crown jewel up for grabs tomorrow, motivation will not be a problem for any player on either sideline. However, there is added incentive for star running back Adrian Charles. In a move that can only be described as a class act, the Saskatoon Hilltops have flown the star running back's mother in all the way from Toronto so she can proudly look on for the first time as her son totes the rock in tomorrow's championship game. From Canadian Stadium, Tim Butcher, Global Sports, Winnipeg. In the heavyweight battle for junior football supremacy here at Canadian Stadium in Winnipeg, it was the Saskatoon Hilltops who delivered the first big punch of the afternoon on their opening offensive possession, and then again on their second. And from there, they never looked back.
They delivered, 2 touchdowns early, and that really set the tone for the game, made our job really easier, put some points on the board, put them behind. So I think we forced them into some passing situations, and just kind of dictated the game from there. So we had a ton of fun, and like I said, I was just glad to be a part of it. I can't even describe. It's just a lot of emotion right now.
They took a 17-0 lead. We never got back from that. Even when we got in the red zone, we couldn't put it in. We got so many mental busts on converts. Those are on field goals. Those were not fakes. They were just bad snaps. And we got some mental busts there.
Going along with one of the most treasured Hilltops traditions, this year's team once again succeeded in sending their 4 fifth-year seniors off with a championship ring.
Everything we do is towards a fifth-year player. We feel it's a real honor for them to get to that point, and the leadership. And if people could have heard, always the night before the big game, I love my fifth years to speak, and the passion and the emotion that came through. There's no question this football team was going to do everything in its power to make sure those fifth years left as champions, and that certainly was accomplished today.
Oh yeah, that's the best thing, eh? We always play for our fifth year, so at least they get to leave with a ring, you know what I mean? They probably feel better than I do. Probably not, actually. I feel great.
It's my best moment as a football player. I mean, I had a great time in high school, a great time with the Huskies, but I never won the big game, and here I am, last possible game to play and coming out victorious. It's a great feeling.
With his mom proudly watching on from the stands, running back Adrian Charles demolished a number of single-game Canadian Bowl records, including the most rushing yards in one game with 256. He also tied the most rushing touchdowns in a game with 3, helping his Hilltops capture their 13th national title in its 100-year history. From Canadian Stadium, Tim Butcher, Global Sports, Winnipeg.